Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer. Going to start off while I finish my coffee talking about the new Delta 9 restrictions. Long story short, I think it's April 12th. We have until April 12th to sell anything that's higher than 10 milligrams a package. So a lot of stuff is going to be going away at that point. The 100 milligrams, the 50 milligrams, the 30s, the 20s, 25s. I think it's November when it all gets pulled off the shelf and it's all done. And I don't know if that November one is final, but from what I hear, the April thing is happening. I saw I saw something official about it. So so we don't have too much longer to enjoy these THC infused beverages. So I don't know, whatever that means to you, get them while they're out there. Honestly, it's kind of a relief not having to sell them anymore as a retailer. And this is just purely like, a separate person from me that you're seeing right now. But as a retailer, it's like I had to deal with so many more salesmen, and they walk in, the shelves are full, and they're like, yeah, if you could squeeze us in. It's like, yeah, you and the dozen other guys that came in and I told we don't have any room. So it's dealing with these salesmen, these THC product salesmen. It hasn't been, some of them are great, they're all good people, but it's like I got to tell them all the same thing, and I'm sure they hear it at every store they go to. Some places make space for new brands, but at this point we don't have any more space to make, and we do fine with the brands that we have. We try out a few here and there. If they don't work, we sell through them and don't bring them back and bring something else in the spot. Having said all that, it is a bad thing overall that that these beverages are going to be going away. A lot of people, the higher milligram stuff is going to be kicked over to the dispensaries, obviously, and the lower milligram stuff, I don't know what's going to happen. It might go to the dispensaries, but honestly, who's going to go to the dispensary and buy a 4-pack of 5 milligram, seltzers? It doesn't make much sense for people to do that. And there's a whole stigma around going to dispensaries. Like, it's perfectly socially acceptable to go to a liquor store, and that's why people are content to go to a liquor store and get these products. You get, people don't want to go to dispensaries. Moms with their kids in the car. These grandmas, like, they don't want to go to dispensaries and be seen in dispensaries and so on. But it's perfectly fine for them to come into a liquor store and leave with a cart full of stuff. It's kind of a double standard, but I get it. Regardless, that's going to be going away. Should finish this so I can get on with it. Sorry for the cold open, everybody. Even though I always do a cold open. So I do have one non-alcoholic beer because it is dry January, and I'll get into all that. But I have one non-alcoholic beer and a minimum of 3 THC infused beverages that I'm going to sample. I don't know, honestly, what the point is anymore, because it's only another 3 months I'm going to be able to sell most of this stuff. Some of it is. In fact, companies are smart now. They know the rules are coming, so they haven't been making anything higher milligram unless that's already part of their portfolio. So everything that people are pitching to me nowadays is 5 and 10 milligram stuff. So, there will be a lot more space on the shelf, but we're just going to shrink the section at that point. I don't think it wouldn't be worth it for us to, try to pitch all these brands to people who just want higher milligram stuff. Had more than I thought left. Yeah. In other news, not very prepared. I don't have the photos, but I'll run down the new arrivals. This is not including. I don't think there was anything new this week, but if there was, I'll do that in next week's stream. Come on, people, I'm streaming here. What do you want? Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So I'll just go ahead and read them off. Man, there's a lot. All right, that's all right. So from Obscura, we have Local Exposure. Local Exposure is a 4.9% New Jersey Pilsner, whatever that means. From New Jersey Beer Co., we have Apple Pie Sour. Apple Pie Sour is a 4.5 fruited sour. Also from New Jersey Beer Co., we have Bears Beats Battlestar Galactica. Bears Beats Battlestar Galactica is a 5% IPA. I think that's some kind of The Office reference. Just Google the can if you're interested. Definitely some kind of. I'm not an Office guy. I never got into The Office, so From Rusty Rail, we have Vanilla Wolf King. Vanilla Wolf King is an 8.2% Imperial Stout with coffee and oatmeal, and obviously vanilla. From Stone Yard, we have Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle is a 6.5% custard cream ale. Where am I at? From Ellicottville, we have, and I have one of these for February to review. Chocolate Cherry Bomb. Chocolate Cherry Bomb is an 8.2% Imperial Stout with Oregon sweet cherries and chocolate malt. Oh, this one I'm going to buy a 4-pack. I want to review this also. From Von Trapp, we have West Coast Style Pilsner. West Coast Style Pilsner is a 6% milkshake IPA. Just kidding. West Coast Pilsner is a 6% West Coast Style Pilsner. From Ship Bottom, we have, I have to review this too. This looks so good. We have, from Ship Bottom, we have Nutty Maple Method Porter. Nutty Maple Method Porter is a 5.2% porter brewed with coffee, maple syrup, and vanilla. That's not separate. It's not vanilla and then beans. It's with coffee, maple syrup, vanilla beans, and natural flavored. I'm glad I stopped myself. It would have been funny if I was like with coffee, maple syrup, vanilla, beans. I can't even do it without laughing. From Neck of the Woods, we have PTP Porter. PTP, which stands for Piles Grove to Pittman, is Porter. Why don't I just start that over? From Neck of the Woods, we have PTP Porter. PTP Port. From Neck of the Woods, we have PTP Porter. PTP Porter is a 6% South Jersey porter brewed with oats, wheat, and dark chocolate malt. And the PTP stands for Piles Grove to Pittman, I believe. I reviewed that a while back on the stream. From 3 Threes, we have Into the Abyss. Into the Abyss is a 4.3% dark Czech lager. Really good stuff. I haven't had it in a while. From Yards, we have Filthy. Filthy is a 6% hazy IPA, as seen on BJ Drinks Beer a couple weeks ago. From Ellicottville, in collaboration with Platter's Chocolate Factory, we have Chocolate Hazelnut Porter. Chocolate Hazelnut Porter is a 6.5% ale with hazelnut flavor. Yeah, and then in addition to all these, over in the fridge we have, from Magnify, we have Keep It Mellow. Keep It Mellow is an 8% Imperial IPA brewed with marshmallow, vanilla, and lactose. Also from Magnify, we have Rocky Road Mind Over Matter. Rocky Road Mind Over Matter is an 8% double chocolate milk stout. From Tonewood, we have Waiting Out. Waiting Out is a 5.2% American lager. And also from Tonewood, we have Samso. Samso is a 5.8% farmhouse ale. And also, Chili Bin is back for anyone who's interested. Uh, Chili Bin, one of my favorites. It goes in and out of stock because they don't brew it regularly. So I try to stock up when it is in stock. But it's back. We have a couple cases at the store, and I cannot wait until it is not January anymore so I can enjoy a Chili Bin. Huh. Maybe I should review something? I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. I don't. I really want to drink that Bit Burger Pills right now. NA. But I think I'm going to go with the THC beverage first. So let me get that set up. Sit tight. I'm going to throw some tunes on. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Let's go with a little lo-fi. Lo-fi, but I don't know, whatever you want to call it. All right. So this one here is from Exosphere. It is a hemp-based drink, a lemonade, to be more specific. 10 milligrams of THC per can. 45 calories, 11 grams sugar, so it's in a good range. It's going to be sweet enough without being cloyingly sweet. Let's see if they add any extra sweetener in here. Oh my god, this print is so small. Water, cane sugar, natural flavors, vegetable oil, blah blah blah. Sucrose, yeah, that's some artificial sugar. Yeah, there's a little extra. It's not just at 11 grams of sugar, so it might be a little sweeter than you want, but examine the can here, see if there's anything to read. Oh, and these are made by Orbit Beverages from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Hop, skip, and a jump up the road. Anyway, I'll give you a look at the can here. Right. Let's get into it. On the nose. Give it another try. On the nose. It's a really bizarre aroma. I'm not picking up any kind of lemon or anything. Yeah, inconclusive here. Not giving off very much of an aroma of anything, really. Let's give it a try. I'm kind of scared now. I don't know what I'm getting into. Okay, well, that's why. Very, very minimal flavor, very subtle. Um, I mean, I'm talking like barely any flavor at all. It's like drinking water with a spoonful of sugar and a little bit of lemon squeezed into it, honestly. Very smooth, very easy drinking, very refreshing. Not a lot of flavor. Uh, there's a little bit of a weird background flavor coming through, but it's not dominant at all. It's just barely noticeable. Try to get a better look at the ingredients here. Fructose. Oh, more sweetener. Great. Yeah, I don't know what might be causing that funkiness. But yeah, looking at the ingredients, this one doesn't look very clean at all. A lot of and I know it's not the the guideline to go by, but a lot of like unpronounceable chemical names and like anything with the OSE suffix is going to be some kind of sweetener, some kind of sugar related thing, and there's a lot of those in there. You know, oh, that's coming later. Oh, get back to it. Yeah, as the taste buds acclimate a little bit, I don't know, it doesn't come together great. Um, that that funkiness kind of gets a little bit more pronounced, and the lemon flavor doesn't really do much to mask it. Uh, I mean, you don't get left with an aftertaste. The finish is clean, but yeah, up front there's that like weird moment of funkiness before you really get the lemon. And the smell, it smells so weird. Yeah, I don't even. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is VJ Drinks Beer and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. And hey, while you're at that, why don't you give my other channel a follow? BJ and DG Talk Wrestling on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. We're a wrestling channel. We talk wrestling. We interview wrestlers. We do 2 live streams a week. It's a good time. If you're a wrestling fan, check it out. If you just can't get enough of me, check it out. If you've had this one or anything else from Exosphere, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, I can't help you at the moment. We do not currently carry this one at Joe Canal, and by the taste of it, I don't think we're going to be bringing this one in unless some people start asking for it. So let's get to the rating. Two out of five. Let me just walk you through the sip here. So you bring it up. At this point, you're bringing in the aroma, okay? It's kind of like the closest thing I can compare the aroma to is like Play-Doh. It kind of, yeah. That's all I'm getting in the aroma. It's like kind of a Play-Doh, right? Right. So initial part of the sip. Whatever is causing that Play-Doh aroma turns into whatever that flavor is, which is dominant until the lemon comes in and kind of washes it away. You're not left with the funky aftertaste, but 3/4 of every sip is funky. Um, it's and the lemon flavor isn't redeeming enough. It's not doing enough to redeem the overall flavor. So yeah, I'm gonna say 2 out of 5. I didn't want to give this one such a low rating, but yeah, it's bad. Yeah, well, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time, cheers. But don't go anywhere, everybody. Going to be trying out a couple more THC beverages. But next up, I've been waiting. I almost drank this all last night and all today. I wanted to drink this, but I had to save it to review because, honestly, because I haven't done any NA reviews this month, and that's what dry January is all about. And I'll talk a little bit about dry January. Because I forgot I haven't streamed yet this year. This is my first. I didn't mean to take 2 weeks off, but I kind of just did. Not from streaming altogether, but from this channel. Just been, I don't know, busy and yeah. But yeah, I'll let you know how the dry January's been going, and gonna go grab that beer and set it up. So sit tight, enjoy the tunes. Let me see if I can. I mean, I know I can, but I don't know how. I'll only put on tunes first. Ah, there we go. I was muted. Welcome back. So this one is it's a Pilsner. It's a non-alcoholic Pilsner. This one is from Bitburger. Bitburger Pils 00. 78.1 calories. That's weird. 17.7 grams carbs, 1.1 gram protein, and zero, excuse me, zero fat. Looks like this one is a true 00, which is, yeah, it's completely 00, which, yeah, blows my mind. Because, spoiler alert, I've had this one and you cannot tell, really. But anyway, give you a look at the can. All right. All right, so about the color you would expect a Pilsner to be. Um, Good head, good carbonation on that. Get a lot of variation, variation in bubble sizes there on the nose. See, on the nose, I mean, it definitely, you can tell it's a Pilsner, but it comes off as being very typical of NAs. What I mean by that, like, there's a certain aroma, especially with non-IPA NAs, where I can't put my finger on it exactly, but it kind of, I don't know, reminds me of like livestock feed, like like maybe like a kind of like a sorghum kind of aroma. This one definitely has that, but it's not as prominent. It resembles more the aroma of a beer, but it's still there, you know. Let's give it a try. Yeah, super crisp and bready up front, very smooth. The flavor intensity is I would say medium to high flavor intensity, especially for the style. I almost said for the ABV. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't be able to pick this out side by side with a regular Bitburger pills, but this is probably the closest that any NA that I've had has come to the original. I guess second to maybe Guinness. Um, and Bitburger, I've been through a few 4 packs lately, so I'm very familiar. Especially, I had a couple in December, I believe, so I'm very familiar with the flavor profile, and you know, it's in my recent memory. Yeah, very light on the palate. You get that crispness that you know is so important with a pilsner. You get that breadiness up front, minimal funkiness. You know, because any NA is going to have that like that weirdness to it. I don't know how to describe it. There's a certain flavor that NAs they all. I don't think I've had one of them that doesn't have that certain flavor that I can only describe as the NA flavor. But this one, you know, like I said, still has that, but it more resembles a beer than any other NA I've ever had. Yeah, very crushable with excellent flavor. Really enjoying this one. And if you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? There we go. Helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. And while you're at it, if you're a wrestling fan or if you just can't get enough of me, why don't you give my other channel a follow? BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. We talk wrestling. That's what we do. 2 live streams a week and much, much more. If you've had this one or anything else from Bitburger, I think they only do the Pilsner. But yeah, if you've had this one, if you've had the original, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you would like to find this one, you can find this one at Joe Canals in Marlton. Great. This is one of the best NAs, if not the best NA, and the most true to the original beer that I've ever had. This is something that I will definitely be buying again before the month is over, but probably not after this month. Which, I got other things to drink after this month. But yeah, no, this one is blowing my mind. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to give this one a 4.75 out of 5. And the only reason I'm not giving it a perfect 5 is because there's still that little bit of, this is an NA. But otherwise, the flavor is just amazing. And I mean, even the aftertaste, like it's a pleasant Pilsner aftertaste, as opposed to some of these NAs, you just get this terrible aftertaste. But yeah, I would say almost perfect. Well, that's all. If you haven't had Bitburger, I definitely recommend you check them out. You will not be disappointed. If you're a Pilsner fan, this is one of the old school, one of the originals. So I definitely recommend you check it out. And super cheap for a 16-ounce 4-pack. Very affordable, a little affordable, not very strong, but it's a good beer and excellent NA version. And that's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. Lots more to come, so hang out. I'm going to put this aside. I've got a couple THC beverages. One is, I think the brand is High Days. I could be wrong about that, but we'll see in a minute. And then I've got one from Euphoric. It sounds really, really good, so I hope it's really, really good. It's watermelon and sweet basil seltzer. So I think next up I'm going to go with the High Days. I have a couple choices. I have their orange soda, their cream soda, and something else. So I guess it'll be like a spur of the moment decision which one I try. So yeah, I'm going to put this aside. Oh, there's pouring that. I'll put that aside, and I will leave you with some tunes while I use the restroom and set up the next one. Oh, what do we got? Oh. This one is from High Days. It is a cream soda infused with 10 milligrams of THC, 45 calories, 24 grams carbs, 5% dietary fiber. I don't know why I read that. 9 grams sugar, all added. Ingredients: cane sugar, allulose, soluble casein, cassava, cassava root fiber, natural flavor, citric acid, lactic acid, monk fruit extract. Okay, so this one, it has the 9 grams added sugar, which is not too much. Certainly not healthy, but not as bad as it could be with some of these other drinks. But then you top that with the allulose. I'm assuming the OSE. That's another type of sugar, and then the monk fruit extract, which is also a sweetener. Um, so this one might be a little on the sweet side, but we'll see. I'll give you a look at the can here. Anything to read? Anything fun? No, not really. All right. Looking good so far. On the nose. Oh yeah. Um, so pretty much the aroma you would expect for cream soda, but not the intensity. There's also something else hiding in the background. I suspect that it's the aroma of the monk fruit extract, because that always has a distinct aftertaste to it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm picking up. Let's give it a try. Yeah, wow. On the sweeter side, but it's a cream soda, so you would kind of expect it. Uh, Not overpowering flavor wise. Very soft on the palate. Um, very drinkable. A little sweeter than I would typically like, but I am a sucker for cream sodas. There's definitely that weird, and it's very minimal, but there's that weird kind of monk fruit. Like it's not as prominent as it has been in some of the other drinks I've tried, but it's definitely there. That monk fruit aftertaste. But I'm getting it more in the aroma. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like icing, like cake icing or something along that lines, like flavor wise. Very good flavor for a cream soda. Um, Not quite the flavor intensity you would expect, but then again, uh, the cream sodas that have that kind of flavor intensity have like 35, 45 grams of sugar in them, and nobody needs that. Very pleasant. That's a very good word to describe this. It's a very pleasant beverage. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, like the flavor's sweet but not overpowering. It's just a very pleasant beverage to drink. Yeah, definitely. It almost kind of reminds me of like if cake icing were sugar free, like what it would taste like. Anyway, if you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. And while you're at that, why don't you give my other channel a follow? BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. We're a wrestling talk channel. We do 2 live streams a week and much, much more. So go ahead and check us out. If you've had this one or anything else from High Days, why don't you leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Wait, I already did that, didn't I? I did that. Anyway, starting to kick in. Rating. Almost went into a loop there. I'm going to give this one a 4.25 out of 5. Far from perfect, well above average. Excellent stuff. I could see picking up a 4-pack of this once in a while. Yeah, 4.25 out of 5. Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to trying some of their other stuff. I got a couple other samples from them. When I was in there, I have an orange and a watermelon soda. I don't think I'm going to get through those today because I do have one other beverage to review after this one, and I don't know. I'm already coming up on an hour, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I forget what I was saying. Yeah, this stuff must be kicking in. And that's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. But stick around, everybody. Like I said, got at least one more beverage. And after that, I don't know, maybe hang out for a minute. Finish this Bitburger NA that I'm staring at, but I don't want to take a sip of right now because I have the flavor of this in my mouth. All right. Oh, sorry about that. I'm actually really not, but I feel the need to apologize when I do stuff like that on stream. Sorry, just checking my messages. Okay. Interesting. All right. Looks like my live stream at 5 on the wrestling channel might be a man down for the start. Okay. Fun. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, this is definitely something I could see getting. I think I had the root beer also the other night, and that was same idea. True to the flavor, but lower flavor intensity and kind of that monk fruit aroma and flavor were, it was pretty much the same idea. So I'm assuming the watermelon and the orange are going to be along the same lines. Oh. All right. I guess without any further doo-doo, I'll throw some tunes on and set up the final beverage of the day. Let's go with I got to remember to unmute myself. Well, that's all right. The sample sticker's in the way anyway. And so this one, I'll peel this off first. I have to read underneath of it. Why would they put the sample sticker over the information I need? And it wasn't even a legit sample sticker. It was just a little piece of paper with like the word sample written on it. We're getting there. All right, I'm just not going to read that because I'm not going to take the time to peel this sticker off. I have things to do today. All right. So this one is from Euphoric. It is a 20 milligram, 20 milligram infused watermelon and sweet basil something. It doesn't say what kind of beverage it is. It doesn't have any nutrition information on it. I'm not sure I want to drink this right now. I don't know what it is. There's no ingredients. All right, well, maybe I'll scan the QR code, see if I can get any information. It's really weird. Like, everything else has the health information and ingredients. This is like, I don't know, it comes off as kind of like bootleg. Scan. Come on. How about that? So I scanned it. Not found. Drinkeuphoric.com, not found. Let me try that again. Not found. All right, well, I'm not drinking this. Come on. We need to be transparent here. We need nutrition information. We need ingredients. Come on. I'm not going to, I'm not going to drink a new THC beverage without reading the back of the can. And the back of the can isn't telling me anything. There's no ingredients. No. Okay, so where I ripped off the sticker is just like Euphoric is a blah, blah, blah. But yeah, like warning, blah, blah, blah. Scan that, nothing else. Not drinking it. And I would recommend that, like, if anybody else comes across any kind of beverage, like with beer, it's transparent. You know what's in beer, the list if there's any adjuncts, and you know what's in beer otherwise, other than the adjuncts. This, yeah, they're not being transparent. They don't even tell you if it's a seltzer, if it's carbonated. Like, they don't tell you what's going on. And no, for that, I recommend nobody drinks anything, including this brand that doesn't have the information on it. That could have 700 grams of sugar, 1,000 calories. Could have all kinds of weird chemicals in it. And yeah, when you scan the QR 404, no, I'm not drinking that. Nope. No, that's ridiculous. Hmm. Just out of curiosity. Trying to. Euphoric is about elevated experiences, a sensory journey where taste, mood, and vibe all rise above the ordinary. And then it says something down here. 12 ounces, 20 milligrams THC. Yeah, yeah. What are they? Why are they not being transparent? What are they hiding? Freshness, clarity, awakening. No, awaken in the hospital. And I'm not thinking that, like, there's anything really that dangerous in there. And I'm not someone that, like, budgets my calories intake and calorie intake. And, but still, no, I'm not drinking that. Be transparent. Label your products. Like, there's plenty of space here that they could have used. I get it. The artwork's cute, but like, yeah, well, ugh, that put a bad taste in my mouth. I feel like that's irresponsible. Not labeling your products. With beer, it's different. Like I said, we know what's in beer. It's the 4 basic ingredients, and then they always list that there's adjuncts. And you could at least like scan any QR code that's on the can, and it usually goes to a legit site. Not drinking that, and I recommend you do not either. This, on the other hand, I definitely recommend. Yeah, it's super disappointing because it sounded really good. But yeah, I refuse to drink it. Not happening. I think I'm going to go now since I have nothing left to drink. I do. I have more I could drink, but I have another one from Exosphere and I have another one from High Days. And I've already had one from each, so maybe I'll save one for another day. Or for later for my wrestling stream at 5 on BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. So hard to scroll. I need a mouse. There we go. So, yeah. Hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Check out the stream. If you don't, no big deal. You can watch it in post. Yeah. Hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. And I'll probably be streaming. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming next week. So, stay tuned. I'll pop up sooner or later. I don't fit in the frame. I have to like punch down. Anyway, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, no, I'm not. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers.